So what's the whole objective and whole point?
The whole objective for real is to kind of shed light onto what you can learn from the game while you kind of already in it. Because I didn't know
how to
a lot of the stuff.
Unlocking your mindset.
Yeah, and this definitely helped.
Unlock your potential.
So once I got to, or before I went to Maryland, my cousin was like, "What did you learn from basketball?" So I was like, "I don't have no job experience." Well, you got something. I'm like, well, let me think. Yeah. And I thought about discipline, like accountability, leadership, that type of stuff.
Resilience.
And then I'm like, oh, that started up here.
Yeah, it did. That's why I put it in front of everybody so they can't quit. Be like, damn, I'm tired. Are you killing me? But then when you in real life, I'm tired. They ain't killing me. They just talking to me.
Man, I was talking to Lamar. I was like, I had hit up Chris Murray.
Yeah.
And we was talking about both the first times when we heard that we was coming to work out with you.
Yeah.
My boss told me 5:30. I said, what time?
Morning,
what you mean?
5:30.
Then we came here the next day, I think.
Yep, y'all did.
And then I slept for the rest of the day.
Yeah, your mama saw me at Lamar's elementary game in Roosevelt. And I was there. And she was like, hey, it was like 3 o'clock. Like, Linwood all right? Is he gonna be all right? He's still asleep.
Knocked out.
I looked at your dad. I said, "This is the whole process." I said, "His body getting reset. He resetting his body, his timer, to form good habits. Because the whole concept is 21 days, right? So once you do 21 days, whether they're straight or they're broken up, it's gonna make you wake up at the same time. Your muscle memory, right? Your diet. Oh, I can't eat that. I'm gonna throw up.
Man,
I can't drink that pop, right?
Come up on you.
I could act like I cheat. I ain't finna smoke because if I do, he gonna be able to tell. And that was the telltale of. I ain't say everybody was welcome, but only certain few could make that transition.
I was gonna say only a certain few could even stick with it more than once.
Yep.
They're like, yeah, I want to come work out with you. All right, come on. We'll be up here every Saturday.
Every Saturday,
7:30.
And it set the precedence on what you did in your life too, and then what kind of friends you could have, also. Right? And it's like that's the great part for me. That's like growing up here, and then going away, and then seeing, like you said, you've been in Maryland, you've been in other spaces. My space was Boston when I first left. I was like, wow, it's tough. Because they had Metapan, they had Italian Town, they had the Haitians, they had the Jamaicans. I was like, man, this ain't no joke. Right? This is the hood. Then I transitioned to the city of Detroit. I was like, oh, they hooping over here. St. Cecilia, right? West Side, Northwest Activity Center. But then also they train like this. Yeah. Right? They still do it to this day. Devin Gardner with the Go Getters, they run the hills. Okay. All these spaces. And I'm like, man, we was doing that a long time ago. But then it do something to you, not from an athletic perspective, just personally. Where you own your process. Yeah. So when a coach is pushing at you or somebody's yelling at you, you like, this.
I did this.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Worse than this.
What's next?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. We can walk up here. Yep. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing of like, after I did all this and went to KG, I'm like, I know this is crazy, but it ain't as crazy because I done already did some crazy junk like this.
That's right.
But I don't know how long. So yeah, this definitely mentally changed everything for me.
Yeah. So when they talk about, I think it's from Muskegon Big Reds. I mean, I'm a Big Red employee, and I coached in the girls system side of that, but I also trained a lot of players when I was a young man for Coach KG. So it's like when you look at that and you say, but under the radar, I didn't do it for recognition.
Right.
I did it because
you just wanted to develop the people.
Yep, I wanted to develop people, and I know how he thought as a coach and his expectations. So it's like, if you want to make it through this system, this is what you got to do. Right? No attachment, understanding it, but then just seeing the volumes of success with people that becoming productive citizens. That's all it's about. Yeah. As your life rounds out, and what you doing now, right? What you do for a living, or what college did you graduate from, or how you holding down your family as a father, or a wife, a husband, right? That type of stuff. So,
man, telling you, this hill right here, because at first I think we might have just started right here.
Yep.
And then we went up to the top. I said, oh, it get real.
It get real. Yes, it do.
It get real. I saw a video of me. I was going up backwards.
Yeah.
But I was little. I'm like, oh, yeah. It took me forever. But then, of course, once I got older, this was nothing for real.
If I remember a young lady, when I first brought you out here, Her name was Haley Scenic.
She was in the video.
Yep, she was in the video. So proud of Haley. I think Haley lost 100 pounds. During her senior year, she lost 100 pounds. I think we ended up winning like the district championship or something. Make it to the regional final. And her developmental process. Just seeing that. But then her craving.
Yeah, wanting to be in here.
Yep, but then looking at her now as a person.
Right.
Like her person is totally different. Her image of who she is as a person. And her self-esteem. That's the difference. Like in life, you're gonna be in two spaces in life. You're either gonna cling or you're gonna detach. So when I say that, like, oh, cling or detach, you're either gonna be self-defense or self-esteem. So when I talk about cling, people that cling to stuff are the hoarders, people that, oh, you said this about me, or what they saying about me on Twitter, or
right.
that don't work, right? Those are the people that got self-defense. They always blocking, right? But somebody that got high self-esteem, they learn how to elevate above situations. So this workout, and this is only a phase of it, right?
right? Yeah. This is only part.
This is only a phase. It's like other side of it is the beach, right? So I don't know if you wanted to. Did you want to make it to the top?
We can, yeah.
All right, then we can make it to the top.
Right,
so. There you go. Here's the view, right? So a lot of times we work out here. First time up, I usually bring everybody up here to see this, right? Especially when you by yourself, right?
Right.
So you can look and say, how you say, well, whatever you want in life is on the other side of the lake, right? In your case, I didn't even know it was really there. right. What's the name of the boat? What's the name of the boat? The Milwaukee Clipper?
Oh, yeah, the ferry,
Yep, the Clipper, right? You got on the Clipper, put your car on there, and was able to go to the college that gave you a scholarship. But I always tell you, you work hard, you can see your opportunity on the other side.
Yeah. Anybody really know? It was really on the other side of the water.
It came down to, like, I think one game y'all was playing in or something against somebody, and that coach showed up that day.
Yep.
Awesome film you sent out. Yeah. And you end up getting offered a scholarship.
Zealand East.
Right? Y'all was losing by 20. And then y'all end up coming back. I was like, I was at that game. I was coaching, assistant coach with the girls. So I'm watching. I'm like, wow, they down by 20 something.
Man.
Y'all end up coming back winning, and that helped you get your scholarship. But I do want everybody to look at, because like life is like it's just like those waves, right? Everything we want in life, it wiggles. Everything. And it sounds funny, like the girl with the nice behind, wiggle, right?
Right.
When things feeling good, we dance, we wiggle, right? The capacity to understand that the way your heart beats, when you look it up on an EGK or a machine, it's a wiggle.
Yeah.
Right? The waves out in the water is a wiggle. So anything you want to capture in life is a wiggle, but it's all about how you apply it.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
So when I talk about applying, it's like all these wiggles out here. And we got these vibrations, and we want things to be connected to us. So by working out, we pushing ourselves to an expectation we can't even see.
Exactly.
So it's like I'm wiggling to something. And you're a pretty smart young man. When you think about calculus, linear math, equations, those are ways to capture wiggles. So if I look at the lake right now and put a grid over the lake and say, we at this and this spot, there's no street out there. Right? There's no way to capture it unless I had a grid. Where everything we want in life got a grid that we can lock in on and say, lock in.
To that thing.
To that thing.
Yeah.
I might not have a scholarship in my hand, might not have a six-figure income or the $1 million or a best-selling author yet, but as I lock in, my potential will help me find that vibration so I can be in alignment with that wiggle.
Right.
Because the wiggle might be wiggling up here, and I might be like,
why?
But then once I say, hold up, let me get here. So then the things that's coming at this area, I'm locked in. So then I know when it happened that one time, how do I make it happen again?
Repeat, yeah.
How do I make it happen again? So like, when you think about this workout, it transitioning from this space to the gym. And then you know how we used to work out. All right, today we're gonna pick 3 spots. We're gonna do 3 dribbles. You gotta hit a layup. You gotta hit a counter move off the same move. Spin, pull up 3. Same move.
The whole time.
And we're gonna get in and get out today. We're gonna do 45 minutes. Right? After we do this later on in that day, right? So them 45 minutes is captured, but you can't go
halfway.
You gotta make sure your wiggle meet the game speed. So as you meet game speed in the wiggle, and this is the most important concept about this hill that we approach, your breath.
Yeah. Man, because if you don't control that thing, you ain't getting up here.
So when you hitting this, then we say let's go to the gym and do the same move over and over and over and over again for 45 minutes nonstop. Where we going in these 5-7 minute intervals, and we take a break between. It might be 30 seconds. It might get some water. Right. But the whole point is to get you in the process to be like, I'm locked in, like they say in the sport, right? Or it's game time, or I got that I'm in the zone. Right. Where I can't miss. Right? Yeah. But guess where else that happens? It happens in the boardroom. That happens at work, right? That happens when you in making a business transaction and you thinking, you like, oh, I got the room. I got them. I see myself. I see them clapping for me. Or I see them seeing the goal I got set for this space and these other leaders that when I say this, they're going to follow right along. But how do you prepare?
Right. You can't, it ain't just going,
it
ain't just going to be like, all right, yep, there it is.
Processing that. It's just like books and theories that I read a lot. It's one by a book called Jose Sylvia. It's called Mind Control, right? Not mind control like in craziness, but mind control of like visualizing, right? And he says that when you want to see the future, it's in the left. Okay. And when you in the past, it's in your right. So I think about today's social media, swipe left, swipe right. So it's like, as you want to move forward, you're moving things to the left and it's going up, right? So it's going in your memory. But then just imagine that when you dreaming or when you sleeping, you can create that same context of what that looked like. Be like, I felt like I was here before. Like, oh, I'm in this game and I feel like I can't miss. Yeah. Right? Or I'm taking this test. Well, I know all the answers.
Feel like I've been here before.
Right? And that's what we're talking about, being locked into those spaces. So when you have it, you're like, how do I have that again? How do I program myself to have that same feeling again? Because look, it's not about having, it's about becoming. So when I become something, byproducts of me becoming something, the car, the woman,
that's coming
salary, that come with it. So when you just get
that.
up and work out, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. We got a meeting at 4:30. Yeah, I used to work out in high school at 4:30.
Yep. That's how I be at work right now. I promise. I gotta be at work at 6:30. They be like, dang, that's early. I'm like, y'all don't even know I used to be working out before school.
That's right.
You be at the gym at 5 something.
That's right. But then see, a lot of times people say, when I become an adult, I'm gonna be in the pros. When I become an adult, I'm gonna be in this. No, while you were a kid, lock into the process.
Develop that.
So then when you 19, 18, 20, or you my age, 45, you locked in like you 20. Like, man, where you get all that energy from?
I done did this 20 years
ago. Yeah. Like, I see myself doing this already, right?
Yeah.
And that's what nobody can take it from you. They can come in, be defensive. Yeah. Right? Oh, they defense, because defense is meant to hold you down, keep your efficiency down, your plus minus, right? Right. In this situation, his minus is this. Yeah. In this situation, his plus is this. Right? And a great example is we in 2023 with the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics, where on paper, everybody looked more efficient. Yeah. Right? Everybody, the coach looked more credited because he played. Right. But then you take a poster that come from working at N1.
Grit.
With no experience.
None.
Just being a film guy, and then him taking in all these guys and giving them a chance and opportunity because he locked in from day one. Right. And everybody believed in that right there.
They seen him already.
They saw the process.
Yeah.
And he not ashamed of his process. So his esteem is here. They bought plane tickets
before the game.
Before the game.
I don't know if that was true, but if it is, that's out cold. That's out cold.
That's like we buying these tickets. So we going to game 1 if you like it or not.
Yeah.
I don't care if we're gonna have your exit meeting today if we lose, but you going to this game once. So
Yeah.
just to see the vision in case we don't make it.
Right.
And that's it. And that's what it's about. See the vision. Be the vision, live in it, lock into the process. So then when you do it for yourself,
it's easy.
Easier, I would somebody say, can you train my son? Can you train my daughter? I'm gonna do the same process that was done to me. And I'm not gonna belittle it,
right? Because
it was showed to me in a simple way when I was in the gym doing one move for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
He didn't do that to show me to perfect it. He did it so I could go from student to teacher. So anything in my life, I got a process from my job being an accountant or my job being a lawyer. I know that the procedure and the small things are so important because once I do the move the right way, I'm fluid. So when I'm in the room, I'm not it's like
no, right. You already know it already.
Man, it's hitting on all cylinders, and that's the whole point. So I appreciate, for me, your parents, right? That's a very important component. Parents and community believing in the process that will break a person.
Man,
right? Now we're gonna get to that, like the breaking part, right? So I remember we used to go to the gym. I used to have your little brother with us, and he was younger. So I used to put the boxing gloves on, Lamar, right? And he put the boxing gloves on, and then the same moves I was having you execute that you thought was nothing.
He was in that.
Now you got to do it with me defending and your brother punching you.
Right.
I get to beat on my brother. This is beautiful. What you do to me last night, right?
Man, he used to start swinging back.
I used to look at him like, I'm like, no, he's doing his job. right. Like, Mark, do your job. But I remember this one day, and I used to tell your dad, I said, when we get him to like break down, not cry, but like I said, when he break down and feel like giving up, that's when we got him. Because I said, right now he gonna be in. I said, you here, I'm here. I think my nephew was around. I say, all supporters in the room.
Yeah.
So when we get him to break, he gonna be good after this. He's like, what is it gonna take, Chauncy? I say, come on, let's keep on going. I say, it's the summertime. Let's go every day 2 days. So then that night came.
Yeah.
Where you broke and you laid out. Mark came and sat next to his dad. I'm looking at you. I'm like, when you gonna get up? Let's get up. And it was like, you're like, man, this is. But then the next week I asked who was that? Eddie Torrance and Lil Will and them to come. They came. And then you seen how fun it was. Right?
Because I'm like, they struggling. It ain't me no more. They got it.
And it was like, this fun. But they're like, it's hard. Because we had the heavy ball and we was going in and was competing. So, but that's the process of the community. So they show up to a game and they watching you like, oh, he ready. He cut like that.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what I feel that being at Muskegon and being not only the Muskegon athletic part, the culture and the school and community portion of saying we're not just athletes, right? Y'all just gave us that lane, but just wait until y'all give us a construction lane.
Yeah.
Wait till y'all give us the pre-law lane. Wait till y'all give us the healthcare lane. So once we discover the system, we're gonna dominate the system just like the sports.
Right.
So we just have to be able to understand the grid that we in and keep our esteem in a way. When somebody say, get on the line, do it over. You're like, no, I'm cool with it.
Right. Ain't really tripping about it.
This brings back a lot of memories.
Man.
I think everybody that stuck to this process, everybody that did it, was a girl or boy, they're a scholarship athlete.
Oh, for sure.
And when I say they didn't go pro in the NBA, but they went pro in somewhere else. So what are you doing? You got a degree. Yep. And what are you doing today?
So now I'm doing financial coordinating accounts payable for my cousin's dental offices. So he owned 3 of them in Maryland. So Bowie, Rockville, Silver Spring.
So then what are what's the job description and the expectations of that job every day?
Give these people treatment plans. So basically the doctor will come in, give them their diagnosis, then they'll come to me for pricing with the insurance and the priority of the appointments and everything like that. And I schedule them. If they have any questions on the day of their appointment, kind of break it down what they might be confused on, might have some questions about, and then also taking care of the bills for all the offices. So anything you can think of besides like dental equipment and stuff like that.
So let me ask you this question. Do you pull a credit score too?
No.
Okay.
I can. Now, we do got Care Credit, which is a thing that you can use with our office. I don't pull it, but once I put it in the system, they do it.
So that's how they build them then. So they qualify for service.
So
So then what kind of services could somebody get through that office?
Anything you can think of. Implants.
New grill.
Nah, we don't do all that now. Somebody
they get the King dentures though, right? They get the whites?
Nah. Somebody asked for the veneers one time. We was like, nah, we don't do that. We do implants though.
Okay.
So like implants or any type of
anything you can do medical billing too.
Yes.
Like health insurance. Yes. Okay. So the premier stuff, the flash.
We don't do all the cosmetics.
Okay.
Stuff. They got the orthodontists and stuff. They might do all that.
Yeah. The side gig for them.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
Boy. That's expensive. Even gum surgery, let alone trying to get some extra stuff.
I do want to ask you this question. So then, like, now you're not doing that in Michigan, are you?
In Maryland.
In Maryland. So you're in a space where your mom and dad are not there.
And I think this is the other part of it. I keep thinking about going back into how we grew up, because we weren't really in the same area that we went to school in. And then when I went to college, I was in Wisconsin, so it was far enough to where I'm not like down the street, but I can come back within 4 hours or whatever. But that kind of prepared me to be even further
10 hours away.
And now, I mean, of course I miss being here.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, oh, I can't survive without seeing my parents. It's like, no, we still talk on the phone, we FaceTime, all that stuff, but I can still handle my business on my own.
Yeah. And I say that because in our community, what I've noticed is people either get scholarships or they get opportunities. And I've heard college recruiters say this. I heard employers say this. Skeegan people get homesick.
Man, I don't understand why.
But not the homesick to the point like I want to go back home and help. I'm afraid to take that step out of this space to acquire a skill set that I can come back and give back to my community.
Yeah.
All right. So when I look at you, I'm like, oh, one day you might come back and he be charging all the dentists. Have your own franchise when it comes to finance.
I'm learning it right now because it started off as a small practice. So it was really only just when I started there, it was like we own one office and we shared another office with somebody else. Now we got 3 of our own, 3 doctors total, assistants, financial coordinators, managers, all that stuff. So now we expanded, but I was there from the beginning.
Yes.
So I know how they was at the beginning, rough.
So you know how to start a franchise.
Rough.
Right. You know how to put the foundation in.
Man, I'm talking about it's 4 different offices at the front desk. Now we got our own office, brand new built. We get 1 remodel right now. So yeah, I done seen from almost the bottom up.
Wow.
So I know the ins and outs, and I'm one of the only people, of course, I'm younger. I'm the tech person. I'm the
So you done seen everything when it comes to the books. I'll have to make you sign an MOU or something, but you don't have to go out and start your own $1 million company.
I'm knowing how to do it right now.
Yeah, but then they might want to expand it, and they will expand. See, that's me changing my words.
That's actually what I'm going back to talk about him when I come back. He told me to talk to him.
They will expand, and you will be in the forefront of that, of setting up systems to make sure the expansion happens.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait because it's perfect situation for me for this being my first job, and I'm working for my cousin, so a family member. I'm
gonna tell you like this: just because it's your family members, if you didn't have your degree and if you couldn't do the math,
true,
you wouldn't be there.
True.
You put a broom in your hand and a dustpan, and you work for my cousin.
You're right.
That's that self-defense, self-esteem. Your self-esteem, and you have locked into a space where you have great potential and credentials that helps you fit in the space with your family.
Right.
So when your family say, I got an opportunity with somebody with esteem,
I'm good.
Go, look, I'm
in here.
Right? Yep. Not, oh, I need a job. Look out for me. I got a couple priors. I got a couple warrants. They looking for me. Here go a broom. And there's nothing wrong with being a custodian or anything. Because I've done it, right? But that was not my goal, especially going to a family member. So you're able to go to a family member with a high expectation to provide for your livelihood in the East Coast. Right? So that's an empowerment move.
So the East Coast is a different ball game in itself, boy.
Great hustle.
From going from here to Wisconsin was like, because it's still in the Midwest.
Yeah.
But from Wisconsin here to the East Coast,
the District of Columbia and Maryland.
Man, what you see a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So then let me ask you this question, right? So like leaving this space, beautiful West Michigan, right? What was your culture shock? Because you played in college, you've been around, you travel, right? Y'all travel state to state, planes, everything. When you stepped in the space where you currently work at now, what was the culture shock for you? When I say culture shock, you're like, oh, not defense, but like, oh, this, I'm fish out of water in this one.
I would say,
gotta get my wiggle right.
What's the most thing? I would say one, just with DC being like a hub for all the international people coming in, you gotta understand how they think, because they not used to American culture. So they culture, it could be Chinese, Japanese, Indian, even African people. It's like they live a different lane than American people. So when they come over here, it's like, okay, I understand it. I'm gonna try to understand how you understand it so we can translate this over. It ain't gonna be like, okay, erase that, only think this way. Cause they ain't gonna be listening to me, especially when I'm talking about money.
Yeah.
They ain't trying to hear none of that, regardless of how bad their gum health is or whatever. They don't care about none of it. I think the main thing I realized was how to be more personable with people. Cause without that, some people don't care about what you're talking about. If it don't make sense and you don't make like a connection to them to where they really understand how significant it is or how much they really need it, they're not trying to hear none of that.
now I know you in that area, so you got the PG counties, you got like some of the Michael Beasley, you know, you got all of some of the top players that ever played in the world. Carmelo Anthony recently retired from the NBA, right? All from this area. So then how do you use your calling card, which is being a former college point guard in this business world now, just hanging out, and it's like, this is something you drop in the conversation, like, oh yeah, you
all the time.
So like, how does that go?
All the time. I would say, I'm trying to think of what was the ones I was talking about. Leadership, adaptability. That was probably the most one, because it's people who come in there who like lawyers and doctors and stuff like that, and how they run their business, it shows, or how they take care of themselves shows me how they run everything outside of their life. And it's like the people who, and this ain't nothing about money or nothing like that, but the people who are serious about what they doing with their health take what they getting serious. They know their appointments, they know they payments or whatever. They finding a way to get that money to keep their health.
That's right. Health is wealth, man.
In set. So the people who don't, it's like, we're gonna try to help you, but at the end of the day, if you don't want to help yourself, we got other people. We got other people that's coming in
that's prepared.
And that's willing and locked in, like you were talking about, on bettering themselves. So I think adaptability was gotta be the thing. Just adapting with people cultures, young age. I mean, it be teenagers coming in there with their parents. So I got to talk to the parents and the kids as in like they on the same playing field. I can't just ignore what the kids talking about, because at the end of the day,
they got language barriers also, don't they?
Yep. So we got translators if we need them. If not, I didn't use this French lady came in one time. Man, I was in Google Translate on the computer showing her the screen like, this is what I'm saying. Turned it back around, type again, this is what I'm saying.
Right.
Look,
yeah,
one of these ways,
play? You running the play.
One of these ways it's gonna work. But I think just being, or even just being in a small office, it's so many little things that just pop up. And if you don't know how to be calm in a situation, you're gonna be done.
So that brings us back to this space again, the training ground.
Yeah.
When you're so young and you're going through high school and your friends say, hey man, we're about to kick it on Friday night, right? Season not in, coach not doing none, it's Friday night lights, right? Everybody hanging out after the football game.
Can't do it.
And you have to come here on Saturday morning.
I can't
What was those conversations like for you?
Man.
Because I mean, as a former coach, I'm married. I hang out with my wife, and she's like, you gonna get up? You gotta get up in the morning? I said, yeah. I said, you got everything else scheduled on Saturday night.
Right.
So I can hang out with you, go out on a date, Saturday, Sunday, or take Monday off. I'm gonna be able to have a good time with you. So I plan my life where the Saturdays is open for me in the morning too. So how did that happen in high school when it came to the Friday night lights, when you know you had to be out here with me?
Man, there's a lot of jokes that came. A lot of jokes that I kind of just was like, you know what? Go ahead, man. It ain't gonna do nothing, because I'm still gonna be here.
Yeah.
Y'all still gonna be doing what y'all gotta do. You get out all the jokes, so you can't go out.
I'm about to go be Iron Man.
That's cool, right? Man. I'm gonna be in here.
And that's that point I was saying when they say like the self-defense or the self-esteem. You're like this do something for me.
I started off as self-defense.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, because I'm like, man, I went to my dad too. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to go to that, or I still want to go.
Yeah.
He's like, man, you can't do both. You're gonna be up till 1, 2 in the morning, and you're gonna come in here at 7:30. You're gonna be toast. You can't do that.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm at the young age. I'm like, I ain't trying to hit. I'll be all right. And he wouldn't let me, which I'm glad he didn't, because then it made me lock in. I'm like, okay, let them do that, because that's gonna be there for eternity. It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
So I think just being able to just kind of lock in on the bigger picture, even without seeing it, I guess, in the moment, just staying locked in on that definitely helped.
Powerful statement I learned is experience is your best teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And showing you instead of telling you,
yeah,
is powerful.
Yes, it
right?
is. Mm-hmm.
And it's like just being out in this space and doing it for so many years, and then transitioning after having some health issues, and the doctor telling me I got to get back to working out, right? But still being here today, and I can say I was here this morning.
Yeah.
Right? I was here this morning, 2023. But then to be able to see you in your space, to see your brother, and how you guys are striving, and other people that I've worked with in this space, how you all are striving. Because one thing I'm happy to have is social media, to be connected, so I can see like, oh, look at him, look at her. Look what they gaining and how they graduating to new spaces in life. Right? It's not like you banking on, like we talking about training right now, but we went from coming up the hill to a whole progression of your actual career in this conversation. What you doing and how you looking to take that and run a next playbook on that, right? What's the play, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it all translates from one space to the next, and you don't have to be the high school hero from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, remember when I was in high school, or remember when I played? And they like, no, I don't remember. But I do remember when you helped my mom in the dental office, or I do remember when you helped my brother lessen his case, or when you were the nurse for my sister. I remember that. Right? And that's what we got to get our community to see more and more and more. It's not the sport, it's the development of you as a person, because you're going to be my age one day. And if you say, what I did back in 2014, that's not going to weigh no weight in 2030. It's not going to do nothing. So,
yeah, that's more the purpose of this whole channel, brand, everything. It's more of, of course, everybody say it's more than basketball. It's always more than basketball, but it's the things that you learn from basketball that can make you see that it's more than basketball. From learning of just being consistent, getting up like this. At work, I ain't never missed a day at work. Never. I got an award for being the person that be at work the most. So it's like just coming up here, being consistent with this, or working on the gym. We didn't even get into the nighttime.
The Sunday nights, right?
Man,
let me ask this question. So we didn't even start out with, what's the name of your channel?
So it's PG State of Mind.
All right, PG State of Mind. So PG stand for what?
Point guard.
All right, point guard mindset, right? State of mind. So when we think about this whole process, and like, I was with you from 9th grade to 12th grade, right? And the only reason I did this right here is to make you see that it was some sweat going to it. When I tried to charge some money at the end, I was like, yeah, your daddy owed me this. But if you go back and calculate it, you're like, hold up, that would have been like 50, like a dime an hour.
Right.
But it was done to pressure you, like, yeah, I did all the work, right? But that's how life is. Nothing's gonna be free. So you got to be figuring out, like, this person spent all this time with me. He wasn't looking for no money.
Right.
He was looking for me to develop into who I am today. Because I see it all the time. Like, do he just want the basketball part, or do he want to become?
Yeah.
Right? And then when you get a hold of those people that they family want you to become, your dad and your mom, they wanted you to become. They vested.
Because they believe me down. Because they was like, don't you got to go? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. She did it in a nice way. Your dad be like, look, he pull up. He pull up and say, I'm buying him a car. I can't even get up this early, Chauncy. You killing me.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm like, you finna come over me? Like, nah, go ahead, take the car. I said, okay.
So then, but that's again going back to community, right? So that charge was put in there for you to know, not for your parents.
Right.
It was like, I don't make it. Daddy got to pay this. And it was a way to keep other people from saying, I want to be part of something where they couldn't be consistent.
Yeah.
Because
there's a lot of one and done, one hit wonders around here, boy.
Because see, they were looking at, I'm good already. But the word good is so finite. Smart, finite. That's like I'm complete. How can you be complete? I'm good at 16. I don't have to do all of that.
Right.
I'm already complete. I'm already good. I'm already smart. I'm scared of those. Those are dangerous words,
man,
to use in a world where you talk about the PG mindset. I look at it as a global.
Yeah.
We're on a global scale of life there, especially you in a global space when it comes to DC. The competitors, the people you run into every day, right? That speak different languages, right? That dress different, the different interests, right? That they have. And being there, it's like, I'm just gonna go on back to Mosquito. I don't got to deal with all this difference. Right. And it's just so many challenges that students are gonna be faced with. Sometimes we're being the only minority in the room. How do you deal with that?
If you don't deal with it the right way, you might get cussed out. You might get cussed out. You might not be in that room no more. So yeah, you just gotta adapt and see where you fit in and not overstep. Kind of just learn how to just play your part, but not also just take the back seat all the time. Kind of stand on where you are and
know your stuff.
Yeah.
I've learned, like, sometimes being in spaces where I'm the only quote one. I'm not the only one. As you said it with the name of this podcast, PG mindset. I'm not the only one. When I'm in a space, that means either I'm credentialed, educated, researched. So when I look around, it might be people from different countries that look different than me, or have a different hue or skin tone.
Right.
But you best believe we're striving for the same thing, which is to make some type of change, right? In the system. So when that person with that small mind, like, I'm the only one in the room that's a minority. No, you were put in this room on purpose because you were like-minded, kindred people.
Yep.
As you're in that space, they see your potential. So if you just see color, there's something wrong.
I was thinking back to when I was at college, at a time where I wasn't really playing that much. And it definitely gave me those questions of what you was just saying, like, am I really supposed to be here, whatever. But then I had to look back like, man, I'm on scholarship. Yeah, I'm supposed to be here. Regardless of what everything else going on, play or not play, I came here to get a degree. And then after basketball, if I want to still play, that's cool. But
the business part of it.
Man.
The business, see, that's what people get caught up into, the business part of knowing the difference. You know, and I didn't have that when I was your age. I didn't understand the business. I remember being a freshman at Michigan State and thinking that I was gonna be playing, like walking on to something.
Right.
But I had a buddy that was a manager, Lewis Johnson, and he was like, Chauncey, they really like you, but the way the things are structured, you ain't that. But I'm getting ready to graduate, and you could be a manager on a team. At the time, I didn't have somebody like me, and I always told you guys this story. My mindset was small, minuscule. I saw only what Muskegon gave me. So when I thought of manager, I thought of the person go get the water and the towels. Right?
Yeah, right.
I'm like, I don't want to do that job. I went off on him. I went off on one of the coaches in the coaching staff. I don't want that. That's stupid. Right? Then I come back and they say, no, it was a scholarship. It was your tuition. You was gonna be able to learn how to be a coach, a head coach. You was gonna be prepped by Izzo. And when I squandered that opportunity, I said, I don't want this to happen to nobody else. So that's why I entered the training space.
Okay.
Because I was just like, that's why it requires a PG mindset to say, what's my mindset in this space? They'll let me squander it.
Right.
Because I can remember it was Stephen Cherry and Matt Ishmael. Matt Ishmael on the Phoenix Suns now. Right? And it was them, they made it. But then they were in a space where they finally had the resources. So when they made it, they were charitable donators.
Right.
I didn't understand what a charitable donator was at 17.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
You just hearing it, they like, whatever.
Their parents gonna get so many millions of dollars. So they gonna sit. You think you gonna play? You weren't that good in high school. You think you were one of the McDonald's All-American?
Right.
So it's like we look at those spaces, right? And I don't have no regret for it. Because I'm a pro in something else. And I've had students that graduated that played at Michigan State, either on the girls basketball team or football or whatever, right? Or I've helped students transition in that space. So when you think back, you're like, I could be mad, I could hold a grudge, or say, hey, what's my mindset?
Yeah.
I'm connected to the university to this day. And I can still open doors, letters of recommendation, and help people out. Or I could have the defense.
Yeah.
This could have happened for me.
That's how I felt at school. I'm like, man, I could have did so bad. I guess I could have just like you said, come back here and just like, that wasn't for
If it
me,
wasn't for them,
whatever.
if it wasn't for
Man,
Izzo, they tell me you'll be a manager.
play
you
the
know?
blame game all day. It's like,
Pointing the finger.
man, they
No.
get old.
What could I do? What could I do when I didn't take that opportunity? I still work camps, but then I was still able to help my families, other students, and players, either through the 4-H program or to other programming they had in the summertime, help students become students on that campus and get scholarships academically or athletically. Right.
And it was all learned from.
Yeah. And then from my experience, and then when I used to take some students around, they was like, how you know this coach? I'm like, long story.
Yeah.
Long story, right? How you know this person? Long story.
You bumped your head so they ain't got to.
And they laughing and they looking like, Chauncy, I'm proud of how you grow up, how you grew up. Right. And that's what we all gotta do. We gotta develop. So
yeah, for sure. All right, well, we can start walking back down.
So you got a lot of material.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. You can if you want to. I don't even know what's the time at right now. 43. Yeah, you can just keep it.
So you say you want to go to Oakview now, right?
Yeah. Okay. Just more the same thing, just regular conversation for real. But yeah, all that stuff is.
Yeah, but I remember that conversation talking to my friend Lewis Johnson. Lewis Johnson played the Hikes, and my high school coach used to work all the basketball camps.
Okay.
Like this teen camp, y'all, we used to go play it. No, we worked the basketball camp, right, with the little kids. So we there doing that, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be on the team. He know the coach. It's his first year coaching. But I could have been in that space as a manager. But I didn't see it.
Hindsight is something else.
Hindsight is something else, isn't it?
Man.
But I didn't even want to listen to him and tell me what it was. Till I turned it all the way down. He saw me at a party. Like, Chauncy, I want to talk to you. I'm like, no, man, don't talk to me. Y'all did me wrong. Said, no, sit down.
You don't even understand we was trying to get to you.
Yeah. He's like, they liked you. But you don't fit what they doing. These two people got millionaire families.
And then you not even thinking about it. Even if you would have started off whatever, like how we talking about Eric Spoelstra. He started off with a nothing job.
Or then let's say this. What I was hanging around at the time, I wasn't prepared for that opportunity. I was all in the wrong spaces. I had the wrong people around me. So I would have jeopardized the whole program. And somebody first year coaching. I wasn't ready.
Man. I was reading this book, it's called 15 Invaluable Laws of Life. It was talking about the law of environment, like who you be around. And they said your top 5 people is gonna be 95% based on 95% of your actions, basically.
Oh yes, because those are the triggers in the space you live in. Right? Like if you got that friend that say blow money, or if I got that woman that say blow money, what do I be driving right now? I have Escalade.
Right.
Instead of saying I'm gonna get my truck painted because I want to keep on having my money. I want everybody to be like he just like me.
You could be one still paying on something to try to keep up this image for everybody else,
or I could be paying for my retirement,
or you could be driving around the truck for free
and investing the money. That was the payment, right?
Man,
and that's because of your relationships. Relationships are powerful.
Man.
The day and time gonna come when I feel like doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it's gonna almost have to be free though.
Right.
It's almost, I gotta spend the money. Well, it's like somebody stole it or whatever.
Yeah.
But till then, no.